Hello everyone, welcome to Mama in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make fried kubba. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm going to be using. Over here I have white bulgur, and then you're also going to need some pine nuts, some beef. Over here I have two types of beef, some ground beef that's 10 to 15% fat, and then some ground London broil meat that is very lean. So you can use any type of beef for the lean beef. But you just want to make sure it's very lean, not much fat in it. So we have the ground beef with a 10 to 15% fat, and then the beef that's lean. And then I have 3 onions, some canola oil, salt, sumac, black pepper, and also some 7 spice. And that is all. So now let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first step is to wash the bulgur with warm water until the water runs clear. So you're gonna rinse it out, dump it out, rinse out it again. Just keep rinsing it until the water runs clear. All right, and after rinsing, once the water starts to run clear like this, now we're gonna go ahead and dump out as much of this water out as we can. And then we're gonna cover this with some saran wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the stuffing while that rests. So over here I have 4 tablespoons of canola oil that I heated up, and now we're going to add the 4 cups of ground beef, and this is the ground beef that has the 15% fat. So we're going to go ahead and cook that until the water almost dries out, and then we'll be adding the spices. So once it looks like this and there's not much water in there, we're going to go ahead and add the onions. We're only going to be adding 2 of the onions for the stuffing. So it's 2 medium onions that we've chopped up, and we're just going to mix that in. And after mixing in the onions for a few minutes, now I'm going to go ahead and add half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of 7 spice, and 2 tablespoons of sumac. And you're going to go ahead and mix everything together once you add the spices for about 5 minutes. And after adding the spices and mixing everything together, I'm just going to go ahead and take this off the heat and let it cool down. Right, and once taking that off the heat and setting it aside, now I'm going to go ahead and fry my pine nuts. I went ahead and heated 4 tablespoons of canola oil, and I have about 1/3 of a cup of pine nuts, and I'm just going to fry these to a golden color. If you don't have pine nuts, you can use slivered almonds. Right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my fried pine nuts to the meat and mix that in. And after I mix it in, I'm actually going to be placing my meat in a strainer just so that the excess oils and liquids all strain from that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the meat in a strainer, and we're going to leave this in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. So while the meat is straining, in a bowl we're going to go ahead and add the bulgur. Now it's been sitting for about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. You want to let it sit at least 30 minutes. And then we're going to add the meat, and this is the ground London broil meat, and this is about 2.5 cups. So it's 2.5 cups of bulgur and 2.5 cups of the meat. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of 7 spice, and half a tablespoon of black pepper. So now we're going to go ahead and add 1 onion. This is a medium onion to our food processor, and we're going to mix this up until it's smooth. But you don't want to mix it too much because then it'll become watery. Okay, so this is what you want the onion to look like, and now we're going to go ahead and add it to the rest of our mixture. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and mix everything together until it's very well incorporated. You want to make sure that you keep mixing it in with your hands until everything is completely incorporated together. So after mixing in with your hands, now we're going to go ahead and mix it in a food processor, and we're going to do this in batches. Do not add all of it to the food processor at one time. So we're going to be doing a little bit at a time, and then we're going to mix it until it becomes into a consistency that you can form into a shape. So this is what it looks like after mixing in the food processor. So now we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the batches, and then we're going to be adding all of it to a bowl. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. So we went ahead and added all of it to a bowl, and we're going to be covering it and placing it in the fridge for 30 minutes. So this is what it looks like after taking it out of the fridge. So now we're going to go ahead and start stuffing it. So this is about 1.5 tablespoons of the bulgur mixture. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wet our fingers just a little bit, and then we're going to roll it around like this and place our finger in the middle, and then keep rolling and pressing down at the same time, just so it can kind of thin it out, and then we can have some space in the middle to put our meat stuffing in. So now we're going to go ahead and stuff it with that meat mixture, and then we're going to put enough just to kind of get to the top, but you want to leave a little bit of space just so you could seal it up. So we're going to push down the meat, and then we're going to seal it up, and then we're going to be shaping it again. So to shape it, you're going to kind of go around in your hand like this, and you're going to press it just a little bit, not too much, and then we're just going to be pinching the ends. And while you're stuffing them, if you come across one like this where it has an opening, you do not have to redo it. You can just wet your finger a little bit and add a little bit more of that bulgur mixture on top just to seal it, and then you can reshape it. So now we're ready to fry our kubba. So we have some canola oil that we went ahead and preheated. And so we're just going to drop our kubba in there and fry it until it's a golden brown color. This is the color that you want it to be. So now this is ready. So we're going to go ahead and take it out and put it on a platter with a paper towel so it can soak up the excess oil. Alright, so this is it for this fried kubba. I hope you guys found this video easy to follow and helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe if you try it, and thank you for watching.